All right, guys, this next posterior chain movement is going to be the kettlebell swing. Now, this is a great movement that essentially applies a lot of stress, stimulus to the posterior chain, works a great amount of deceleration to be able to decelerate that resistance, and also it's great for the athlete to be able to catch the rhythm and work through that full hip extension. Big thing that we see here is a lot of common mistakes again. Now, there is a whole group genre of people out there that have a very specific way of doing it. When it comes to kettlebells, I'm not trying to compete in any competition or get you better at the kettlebell swing. I'm just trying to make sure that we're getting the right stimulus that's going to basically transfer over to your sport. So when it comes to setup, you're actually gonna set your feet a little bit wider than outside your hips, right about shoulder to just outside shoulder distance. Now, depending on the athlete, we have sometimes allowed them to kick those toes out a little bit and externally rotate. But if you have the mobility, we typically like to have those toes facing forward. Now, from this position, it's gonna be right underneath the hips, and Jordan's gonna go ahead and grab double overhand on the actual kettlebell by sinking his butt and hinging forward. Now, from this position right here, what I'm gonna have him do is say soft elbows, so I don't want him completely locked out, and I want him to essentially flex the hips by tipping forward where my shoulders are now over my toes, and then I want him to extend the hips up into full extension, completely tall at the top, and allow the kettlebell to go where the hips take him. So you're not actually lifting with the upper body, you're more so extending with the hips wherever it takes you. So go ahead and give me a couple reps. Good, perfect, perfect. And as you can see here, Jordan's bending with the knee, but he's also making sure that he hinges enough forward so that that shoulder clears the toe and that he's performing that hinge movement. Cool, and that's the kettlebell swing.